Hello everyone and welcome to my CBS Soaps official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Thursday, October 30, 2025. Today on The Young and the Restless, Kyle refuses to listen to reason, Victor needs Michael, and Phillies lands in the catbird seat. At the Abbott house, Jack and Diane tell Kyle that he'll have to leave trick or treating to Mrs. Martinez this year. Victor, coming after Jabot with Kane's AI program, they fill him in on their suspicions and warn they could lose everything. Talk turns to Kyle's trip to LA, and he admits he thought he was on the verge of a breakthrough with Claire before he had to come home. They discuss strategies for cybersecurity against the stolen AI, and Jack once again warns if Victor involved, they're the target. What Jack can't understand is why he hasn't used the program yet. He intends to find out. After Jack's blown out the door, Diane tells Kyle she's sorry he had to come back if he and Claire were making progress. Kyle tells her what happened with Noah. Diane's surprised Jack hadn't heard this from Allie. Kyle wonders if she's on her way to LA and then turns the topic back to Claire, complaining that Holden is a snake. He has to get her to see that he's bad news and thinks he found a way to do it. Victor walks into the club to meet Phillies but pauses to take Nikki's call on the way to the table. He asks her to keep him updated on Noah and informs her Adam and Chelsea are handing out candy at the ranch. Really? This is what you have Adam doing, young and restless? The mustache then joins Phillies, who invites him to make her a happy woman. Suddenly Billy appears out of nowhere and asks what they're discussing. Michael appears next as Victor tries unsuccessfully to get rid of Billy. When the Black Knight walks off with his former attorney, Billy joins Phillies and grills her about Victor and his unusually good mood. Across the room, Victor's cagey with Michael about why he was meeting with Phillies but fills him in on the situation with Noah. He wants him to look into it. Michael gripes about being summoned not as a friend but as a lackey. Victor, unsurprisingly, dislikes being called out and insists he holds Michael in high esteem. Baldwin resists taking orders but finally agrees to find out what he can. Switching gears, he asks if Victor really has Kane's AI program as he alluded to in his phone call. Victor confirms he does and that he'll go after Jack Abbott. Michael argues against this, prompting Victor to explode over the night that Jack Abbott spent with Nikki in that hotel room. He'll pay for it. Michael warns this could blow up in his face legally, but Victor only wants to know, are you on my team or are you not? Michael would only consider coming back to protect the mustache from himself. Meanwhile, Phillies, after promising Victor not to say anything about Noah, breaks the news to Billy that he's in a medically induced coma. She claims that's why she was talking to the Newman. Phillies urges Billy to move along now, but he orders up an omelet. Billy and Phillies bicker and banter as he reveals that Abcom is ready to launch again. She alludes to having a lot of plans for the future, and he asks if it involves screwing over Kane and working with Victor. Phillies insists she and Kane are still as thick as thieves. Billy asks if she knows who stole the AI software, nodding that she's the master hacker. Phillies denies. Billy, changing tactics, declares that he needs her help. Jack walks into the ranch and Victor mocks that it's a little early for trick or treating. Jack booms, "You're not going to get away with this, Victor." He knows he has Kane's AI software and warns he's in for the battle of his life. "I'm pissed off," he exclaims. Jack warns if Victor comes after him, he'd better bring his best stuff. "This is a hill I'm willing to die on." Victor, relishing every moment, grins, "Ooh, I'm looking forward to that." At the Abbott mansion, Kyle tells his mother that, while in LA, he connected with someone who knows Holden and Audra. There's something dark there. Diane warns, "Don't. If he takes this to Claire, it will be one more example of him interfering. Let her figure out Holden for herself." Kyle, forever his own worst enemy, refuses to listen. He's going to fight for her with everything he has. At the club, Phillies can't believe Billy wants her help after accusing her of working with Victor. She reminds him he kicked her to the curb. Billy explains it's in her best interests. "I need your skills." Victor, coming after Jabot, and they need her help to stop him. Name your price, Phillies. Thursday, October 30, 2025. The Young and the Restless extended episode recap. Today on The Young and the Restless, tensions explode across Genoa City as Kyle refuses to listen to reason. Victor pulls Michael into his orbit, and Phillies finds herself in the catbird seat, poised between opportunity and disaster. And as Halloween night creeps in, so do the shadows of betrayal, obsession, and revenge. The morning air is thick with unease at the Abbott mansion. Jack paces in front of the fireplace, his coffee forgotten on the mantel, while Diane folds her arms, watching her husband with wary eyes. Kyle stands near the window, glancing at his phone, half listening, half simmering. Jack breaks the silence. We've got bigger problems than trick-or-treating this year. Victor Newman has Kane's AI program, and if that's true, he's coming straight for Jabot. Kyle stiffens. You're sure it's him? Jack exhales sharply. If Victor's fingerprints are anywhere near that code, it's because he stole it. He's been circling us for months, looking for a weak spot. Diane adds softly, we could lose everything, Kyle. Jabot, Abbott Communications, it's all at risk. Kyle's eyes flash. Then maybe it's time we fought fire with fire. Jack's gaze sharpens. Don't start down that road again, son. You've already made enough reckless choices lately. Kyle bristles. You mean going to LA? I thought I was finally getting through to Claire before I had to come back. Jack sighs. Claire's not your mission, Kyle. She's her own person. You can't save her from Holden by throwing yourself into another mess. But Kyle isn't listening. Holden's manipulating her, I know it, and if she won't see it, I'll make her. Diane exchanges a glance with Jack, concern etched in her face. Honey, please let her make her own choices. Jack's phone buzzes. He looks down, grimaces, and mutters, Michael Baldwin just texted, Victor's moving faster than I thought. He grabs his coat. I'm going to the ranch. As he storms out, Diane watches the door close behind him, then turns to her son. I'm sorry you had to come back if things were getting better with Claire. Kyle hesitates, then admits, you don't know the half of it. Things blew up when Noah showed up. Diane blinks. Noah as in Newman. Yeah, Kyle says darkly. He and Claire got close before I came back, but then something happened. He's in a medically induced coma now. Diane gasps, oh my God, does Jack know? No, and I'm guessing Allie hasn't told him yet either. Kyle rubs his temples. Everything's falling apart, Mom, but I have a plan to expose Holden for what he is. Diane's voice tightens. Don't, if you try to force this, you'll only drive Claire further away. Let her figure it out on her own. But Kyle, defiant and stubborn, shakes his head. Not this time. I'm going to fight for her with everything I've got. Victor Newman strolls into the club like a general surveying his battlefield. He stops to take a call from Nikki, his tone soft but clipped. Keep me posted about Noah, he says. And tell Adam I expect him to keep things calm at the ranch tonight. Nikki's voice comes through, faint but urgent. Victor, please don't start another war, not tonight. Victor ends the call without answering, straightens his jacket, and spots Phyllis waiting at a corner table, her fiery red hair practically glowing under the chandelier light. She's smiling that smile, the one that means she knows more than she should. Victor, she greets smoothly, why don't you sit down and make me a happy woman? Victor arches an eyebrow. That's quite an invitation. Before he can sit, a familiar voice cuts through the air. What are you two scheming about? Billy Abbott slides in like a ghost from Victor's past, smirking. Phyllis groans under her breath, not now, Billy. Victor's tone is pure disdain. Don't you have something better to do, boy? Billy crosses his arms. Not when I see Genoa City's most dangerous man having brunch with my ex-wife. Moments later, Michael Baldwin appears, briefcase in hand, looking equally irritated and intrigued. Victor mutters, perfect timing, then growls at Billy, run along, Junior. Billy doesn't budge. Oh, I'm enjoying the show. Victor ignores him and gestures for Michael to follow. Let's talk privately. They move to a quiet alcove. Michael folds his arms. You summon me like an errand boy. That's not how our friendship works. Victor's lips curl. Friendship, I value your counsel, Michael. I simply need it urgently. About what? Michael presses. Victor leans in. Noah, he's in a coma, and I want to know who's responsible, quietly. Michael's eyes narrow. You want me to investigate your own grandson's accident? Don't question me, Victor snaps, just do it. Michael exhales. You're not making this easy. And what about this rumor that you've got Kane's AI software? Victor smirks. Rumor confirmed. Michael's eyes widen. Victor, if you use that against Jabot, you're crossing a line you can't uncross. Victor's expression hardens, the legendary mustache shadowing his jaw. Jack Abbott crossed that line when he spent the night with my wife in that hotel room. He humiliated me. Now he'll pay. Michael pinches the bridge of his nose. This could backfire legally, financially. Victor slams his fist on the table. Are you on my team or not? After a long beat, Michael says quietly, I'll only come back if it means protecting you from yourself. Billy returns to Philly's, ordering an omelet as if nothing happened. So, he says, wanna tell me what you and Victor were whispering about? Philly sighs dramatically. Noah, he's in a coma, that's why I met with him. Billy narrows his eyes. Right, because you're suddenly Genoa City's good Samaritan. Believe what you want, she says with a shrug. But I'd watch your tone, I'm in a very good position these days. Billy chuckles, you mean working with Victor or Kane or both? Phillies leans forward. I'm not working with Victor, and Kane and I are still tight, but I've got plans, Billy, big ones. He gives her a long look. You always do, but this time it could get messy. Victor, coming for Jabot, you really want to be on the wrong side of that war. Phillies smiles like the cat that ate the canary. Who says I'm on anyone's side? Billy, sensing her defiance, changes tactics. Fine, then let's make it worth your while. I need your skills. Her eyes narrow. You mean my hacking? He nods. Call it what you want. Victor's using Kane's AI to come after us. We need you to stop him before he buries Jabot. Phillies tilts her head, amused. And what's in it for me? Billy leans closer. Name your price. Jack Abbott storms into the ranch like a man possessed. The butler tries to stop him, but Victor's voice booms from the study. Let him in. Jack strides in, eyes blazing. You're not going to get away with this, Victor. Victor smiles, unfazed. You're early for trick-or-treating. You stole Kane's AI software, Jack accuses, and you're using it to destroy my company. Victor stands calm and cold. You accuse me without proof. Oh, I've got proof, Jack retorts. Enough to make this the fight of your life. Victor's grin widens. Then I'll look forward to it. Jack's voice rises, shaking with anger. You're not just attacking Jabot, you're attacking my family. I'll fight you with everything I have. Victor's tone drips mockery. Then this is your hill to die on, Jack Abbott. Jack glares back. You're damn right it is. Victor's eyes gleam. Good, I've been waiting for a worthy opponent. Night falls over Genoa City. Kyle returns home, packing, his mind spinning. Diane watches him from the sofa. You're thinking about going back to LA, aren't you? He doesn't answer. Instead, he mutters, while I was there, I met someone who knows Holden and Audra. There's something dark between them, something dangerous. Kyle, Diane warns, don't get involved. But Kyle's expression is set in stone. If Claire won't see the truth, I'll show it to her. I'm not losing her to a snake like Holden. Diane sighs, you're your father's son, stubborn and reckless. Kyle smiles faintly, I'll take that as a compliment. Phillies is still seated at her corner table, sipping wine as Billy watches her closely. You really thinking about helping me? He asks. She smirks. Depends, how much are you willing to pay? Money not the issue, he says, loyalty is. Phillies tilts her head, then you're out of luck. Billy groans, you love the chaos, don't you? Of course, she replies, it's where I thrive. Her phone buzzes, an encrypted message from Kane. She reads it quickly, her smirk deepening. Looks like my night just got a lot more interesting. Billy frowns, what's that about? Let's just say, she purrs, Victor Newman isn't the only one who knows how to play with stolen toys. Billy's eyes widen. Phillies, what did you do? But she just smiles. Let's call it leveling the playing field. At the Newman Ranch, Victor stands alone in his study, the fire crackling behind him. He gazes at his laptop screen, lines of AI code flickering across the monitor. Kane's little creation, he murmurs. Now it belongs to me. A shadow crosses his face as he leans closer, typing a single command. At the same moment, lights flicker across Genoa City, at Jabot, at Chancellor Winters, even at the club. Systems glitch, security firewalls trigger, and alarms begin to sound. Somewhere across town, Philly smiles to herself. Game on. And at the Abbott mansion, Jack's phone buzzes. He picks it up, eyes widening as he reads the alert. Jabot main server breach detected. Jack looks up at Diane and Kyle, horror dawning on his face. It started, he whispers. The camera pans across the city as thunder rumbles in the distance. Genoa City is under siege once again, and this time, the war between the Abbotts and the Newmans is about to go nuclear. Next on The Young and the Restless, Jack declares war, Phillies plays both sides, and Kyle's obsession with Claire takes a dangerous turn that could destroy them all. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.